Do you want to tell any stories about your use with adaptogens? Have you experimented with different things for different issues with mood or sleep or stress?
Yeah. So in my line, I have a product called Ashwagandha Supreme. So ashwagandha is going to be one of my favorite ones. I find it really helps with stress and sleep and really helps modulate my stress response. Like I find out if I get in an argument with someone, if I just hit some ashwagandha within 20 or 30 minutes, I'm adapting to the stress of that conversation or whatever's going on in my environment better. Now, it's really important. Quality with adaptogens is very important because a lot of countries that grow adaptogenic herbs, they don't have the best, let's say, environment. So there's a lot of mercury or lead in the soil because of what's going on with the pollution in that environment. And of course, the herbs then will take on that pollution because what goes in the soil comes up in the roots. So it's very important. You want to use herbs from people who test their herbs independently. So Evan and I, myself, for instance, we test the ashwagandha that we encapsulate, and I've found a couple of times where there's been high levels of lead, and we've had to send the raw material back and use a different manufacturer that vets it. So really important. You don't want to just jump online and get the cheapest adaptogen. Actually, you pay a little bit more to have higher quality and to have the independent analysis done. So that's important. So ashwagandha, and then of course, just my favorite blend of rhodiola ginseng, ashwagandha, eleuthero, a little bit of liquor. That's my favorite blend. That's in my Adrenal Revive. I love that because there's enough immune modulating benefits, sex hormone modulating benefits, and I'll go back and forth between those two. And then every now and then I'll just go and do individual ones. I'll do some gotu kola. I'll do some holy basil. I'll do just some reishi and cordyceps. And I'll just do some individual ones. And I think it's pretty cool. People should biohack and test some individual adaptogens per month and just see how you feel with it, see how you do with it. But for myself personally, I have seen amazing benefits in how I can deal with and adapt to stress. Having seen thousands of patients in my career, I see amazing benefits. And again, it depends. I see a lot of hormonal imbalances, a lot of women with PMS. So we'll use different herbs depending on what's happening there. We may use things like chaste tree or white peony or specific phenotypes of maca that are very helpful. And it's amazing the things that you can do, especially when you're dealing with the woman's cycle that's off. I mean, it can really create a lot of, havoc in her life and mood and such like that. And then obviously it can create menstruation issues, would then create anemic issues. So you can have a whole bunch of things spiral out of control. So big fan of what you can do with these adaptogens from a hormonal, mood, energy, sleep, stress modulating effects.
Yeah, and the good news is, as a general rule, they're pretty synergistic. So the one that I have that's similar to your adrenals, mine's called Adapt, and this is where we've got a little bit of B as in Bravo vitamin added. The cool thing is you can have synergistic benefits. So your average person walking down the street probably knows that B vitamins are good, right? They think B vitamins equals energy. But when you combine adaptogenic herbs with the B vitamins, then you really get the magic happening because you've got, not only are you helping to fuel the mitochondria with some of the Bs and the nutrients there, vitamin C could be added, but then now you've got the modulating effects with the adaptogens. And then when you throw in amino acids, then you really get amazing benefits. So if you've got nutrients like your vitamins, mixing it with your adaptogens, and then you're throwing in, for example, like a little acetyl L-tyrosine we use, that's when the magic happens. And then you can really just take on life.